You're about to discover the 5 reasons why your self care may not be benefiting your emotional health. Really, we see gurus and books. Even I talk about, self care and the benefits of self care. I mean, you can look all about Instagram. You can check out books of any guru that has anything to do with bettering yourself or, building a business, talks about the benefits of self care. But you are doing something that is preventing you from reaping the benefits. And I am going to show you how you can change that around today with taking these small little actions. I'm Davina Dandridge. Welcome to Brains and Baubles Live. And this is where we meet every week. So I share the benefits of harnessing your emotions with women who are like me, balancing a whole bunch of stuff and have been through things that are looking to curate the life that we desire. And self-care is part of that. So I want to jump right into it. The 5 things that you're doing wrong that's possibly blocking you from getting the results from self-care that everybody else is getting, or at least everybody else is talking about, right? All right. So the first thing that you probably are doing wrong that is keeping you from getting the benefits of self-care is practicing doubt talk or being complacent. Those 2 things. See, practicing doubt talk is that you might have a thought that's about doubt, but you say it, you confirm it. Or another thing that you could do is not do anything. And some people who don't do anything, they're just going to take what they've been given, their lot in life. Then they too are blocking all of these mantras that they're saying, all of the prayers and all of the scriptures that they are repeating are being, I don't want to say prayers are being blocked, but it's just not the time because your mind isn't in the place, right? So you're not exhibiting behavior conducive to the benefits of self-care. And there's one proven principle that says unfinished tasks and unaddressed issues create mental and emotional strain. So if you're complacent, if you're not trying to do things better, even what you're doing right now, and you're not trying to do something different, maybe to change your circumstance, then you're going to feel that emotional and mental strain. It's called unhappiness. You're not happiness. You're not happy. And your behavior is causing you from not getting the benefits of the good behaviors that you're doing for self-care. So that's number one. The number 2 thing, or the second thing that you do incorrectly that's blocking your self-care, is that you let others manage your time and you don't do any physical activity. That's it. Those 2 things, I'm sorry, number 2, those 2 items are definitely very pivotal. I mean, I know we all have gone ups and downs with working out. Like I used to be a kickboxer, and then I used to run, and then I used to do something else. All of us have gone through times where we have really concentrated on our body, maybe. And if you haven't, you should really think about it. But if you have, you know how good it feels to feel energized when you are working on your body, you start seeing results, you're really taking time and paying attention and putting intention into becoming healthier. Well, that all happens with routines. And so, in order for you to get the benefit of self care and even have time for self care, you have to create a daily routine. So, if you're letting other people manage your time, then you're not creating anything. You are just going along with what happens. So daily routines are important because it allows you to get in a workout, right? A lot of people don't work out because they don't have time. And for me, I didn't have time, and then I didn't have time to get my hair together afterwards to do what I needed to do. So you have to work that out. The other thing is routines allow you to spend time with God. It allows you to develop that relationship that's going to keep you centered. And daily routines also allow you the time to think. So if you are practicing self-care by meditation, but you only get to meditate every now and then, maybe in the bathroom, but not on a time that's specifically for meditation, a daily routine will allow you to do that. Most successful people, I'm a person, you can look up anybody else who you admire in business or whatever. They have a routine for their lives. You know, if you don't have a daily routine, then there's another factor that you're not considering when it comes to self-care, and that's sleep. Especially when you're a woman who takes care of a number of things, you don't get a chance to rest really during the day. Like, you get up, you take the kids to school, or you go to work, then you're working all day, then maybe you go do something for someone else, then you have to grocery shop, come home, prepare food. You know, if you have to bring work home or you have homework, that's a lot. And then sometimes you don't get to sleep till late, and then sometimes you don't sleep well. Well, creating a daily routine will help you to sleep better. Maybe for you, working out in the evening helps you to sleep better. That's something that you have to put into a routine. So your daily routine doesn't just have to be the morning. It doesn't even have to be like mine. It doesn't have to be like anyone else's. It just has to be what works for you and what you're going to be consistent with. So daily routines are essential to good sleep as well. So if you want to make sure that you are benefiting from whatever activity that you might have, as far as meditation, maybe you do yoga, maybe you do some other things as far as self-care is concerned, you want to make sure that if you incorporate it in a routine, you actually get to do it. Okay. Number three, number three, and this is definitely speaking to your mind, your emotions, your mind, which results in your thinking, your behavior, and your physical activity. It is living in hopelessness. I hear so many people who are hopeless. Why are you hopeless? Do you know what day and age we live in? Anything is possible. We see people come from pure obscurity to become a superstar because they posted videos online or because they took an action and connected with somebody through social media. I mean, the sky is the limit, basically, right? So why are you hopeless? Hopelessness is because you haven't looked back and become grateful for something that's already happened in your life. You're looking in the future thinking that you're not going to get something you want. Well, in the past, what has happened is God has saved you. Someone else has intervened for you. You accomplished something, you met a goal, and you should be thankful for it. So, gratitude is the antithesis to hopelessness. Become grateful. I have a gratitude journal that I write in. And if you don't have a gratitude journal, hey, it's okay. You can go to my website, www.davinadandridge.com, and download a gratitude sheet, and you can start right there. And it's not about writing a journal. It's just about writing down something that you're grateful for. Maybe you're grateful that, you know, you dodged an accident this morning. There's an accident that if you hadn't gone and got coffee at a different place, you probably would have been right there at that time that it happened. That's happened to me. That's why I brought it up like that. That happened to me before. But, you know, whatever it is, maybe you didn't think you were going to pass an exam and you did by the skin of your teeth, but you did it. That's something to be thankful for. So, from the smallest to the largest, we all have something that we can show gratitude for. And, you know, gratitude, cultivating gratitude enhances overall happiness and emotional resilience. So when you have things that are difficult that are coming at you from many different directions, and you're like, how am I going to get through this? Or you might be saying in your hopelessness voice, I ain't going to get through this. Put on your gratitude voice. It said, I can do anything. I've conquered other things in the past. I'm going to conquer this too. And I promise I'll never do that hopelessness voice again. Okay. So, and then you also think if you don't show gratitude that you're not worthy. Worthiness is for everyone. You are worthy. What's good for somebody else you feel like might not be good for you. That's just for them. They were born into the right family or the right time, they're the right age or the right color. No, no, you are worthy and you can have what it is that you want. But these steps, reversing this bus, is going to help you do that. So, number four, you are not consuming the right things. And I'm not just talking about food. I'm not just talking about eating too many calories or eating pork when you shouldn't have it or, you know, sweets when you shouldn't have it. I'm not just talking about that. That's part of it. But I'm also talking about what you're consuming. in your eyes, what you're hearing, and even what you're speaking. Some people think certain things are harmless. Like I can stroll on Instagram, or I can, get involved in the drama with this celebrity and their kids all day long and just sit up and talk about that with everybody. No, you can't, because that is impacting your emotions, whether you realize it or not. My pastor says protect your eye gate, your ear gate, and your mouth gate, because what you bring in, what you allow yourself to consume does take hold inside. And look, if you consuming porn. Okay, you don't have to put that in the chat, but think about it. Those images, those things that you're seeing, first of all, are not reality, but secondly, they're embedded in your mind. You're doing it over and over again. You're meditating on it. So while you're meditating on a mantra over here that's positive and uplifting and helping you stay focused, you're also meditating on this video you saw that was wrong. That video was wrong, but now that's playing over and over on your head. You consumed it. You listening to the wrong music. A lot of people listen to music based on what they're going through right now. I listen to music based on where I'm going to, right? So, I don't want to listen to some woe is me. So if you don't have money right now, you shouldn't be listening to songs talking about you broke, or I need to do XYZ to get this money. That's not what you should be listening to, right? So what you consume matters, including gossip. So if you say, well, I'm just listening, I'm not participating, you're still gossiping, because the gossiper wouldn't have anyone to share it with if you weren't listening. So gossiping doesn't help. You're not trying to help the solution, right? So you're just adding to the problem. So you are consuming information that you shouldn't consume. Negative content can trigger negative emotions and affect mental well-being. Negativity. Look, sometimes we don't have a choice about the negativity that surrounds us. If we're living in a place that is in the city, hey, I'm from Highland Park, Michigan. If you don't know about Highland Park, Michigan, I suggest you look it up. So, if you can't control everything in your surroundings, you can control what you consume, your entertainment. So you do have control over that. And so if you want to consume things that are really going to benefit you, self-care is about reading and consuming things that are going to help you move the needle to the next point. All right. And before I get to number 5, and it's on the way, you're not going to believe what number 5 is. Let's just recap what we talked about already. So the first thing that you're doing that's blocking your self-care, and you hear other people getting the results that they want, you can get it too. But first of all, you have to stop being complacent, because that's a behavior that does not lend itself to positivity, doesn't lend itself to growth. Okay. Number 2, create daily routines. You don't have one right now. So you're not working on your body. You're not working on your mind. You're definitely not working on your emotions, because everything is just happening how it's happening. You letting it roll like that. You have control. You want to be in control in every area of your life. Take control of your time. Okay. So number 2 is create a daily routine, and you can start with something small. Maybe you just take 5 minutes and say a prayer every moment. You haven't been in your prayer life, right? Take those 5 minutes to do that. Maybe you take 10 minutes when you're in the bathroom and you do some stomach vacuums, just try to get your push-ups or something. Just try to get in the routine of doing something for you physically. Whatever it needs to do, you need to make that happen. Okay. Number 3, you are hopeless. You're hopeless. You don't have to be hopeless. Hopelessness definitely lends itself to bad behavior. You start making choices financially where certain crimes don't seem so bad. Like, maybe I can take this from work. It's okay. It's not okay. Maybe I can get an extra so-and-so over here, and you don't really need it. Hey, hopelessness will cause you to do some strange things. So the way that you get through hopelessness is show gratitude. And you don't have to share this with everybody. You can just write it down every day. I get a notebook. I have so many notebooks around here. I think I've showed people my notebooks before. I will just write it down, 3 things that I'm thankful for, and let that be it. You thought about it. That's something you can concentrate on, because if you can look back and see where you've overcome a roller coaster or a hurdle, or you got through something, or you really showed your strength and you completed a task, or you met a goal, hey, that's something to live on. That's something to meditate on. You know, you are worthy because you've done it. You have a record of success, which means that you can continue growing that track record of success. So having gratitude lets you know that you're worthy and you're able to get through it, builds your strength and you're resilient. Okay. The fourth one, be careful of what you're consuming. Protect it. If you want a better life, you better consume what that better life looks like. You better hear words that lead you to that better day, or positivity. Positivity. And so negativity can come from an environment, yes, but it can also come from what you hear, what you watch, what you're scrolling on, and how you speak about people. Gossip. Okay. All right. So here is the fifth thing, number 5, that you're doing that's keeping you from the benefits of self-care. And that thing is your personal connections. You with the wrong people, and that's causing you the wrong behavior. I mean, and sometimes it's your fault, and sometimes it's a result of some actions that you're taking. We all need personal connections. But right now, your mouth is running people away. Yeah. You can't just say what you want to say just because you're going through X or going through Y, and everybody else will just accept your default behavior. No, ma'am. No way. No way. You can control what your behavior is, thus controlling your connections. I always say you can align yourself with people who are doing things that you're doing. And right now, it's even easier than any other time. It's easier to build community. It's easier to build support. And you will have to build it, because so many people think that support should come from one area or another. But believe me, it doesn't always do that. You should build your own support before you need support. Say, how in the world am I going to build support before I need support? What does that even mean? I work all day. I got kids. I have responsibilities. I'm trying to do some things. I don't have time to take on another task or add. You just told me to have a daily routine. Now I got to figure out something else. Listen, you can do what you want or not do what you don't want to do. But what I'm telling you is that creating support before you need support is going to be the key to you moving and creating in a way that you want to. So you can go online and join a group. That is just the simplest thing that you can do right now. You're going to be online anyway. Go on Facebook, excuse me, put in the title of what or the topic that you want to be a group of, and do it. If you like to bowl, go to the bowling alley. If you can really bowl, somebody gonna let you bowl with them. If you like to sew, hang out in places where they have sewing events. There is something for everybody. I love the museum, and if I'm going to bond with anybody, it will be in an art gallery, it'll be in the museum, it'll be something around music or art. Okay, so you can build community, because if you're resting on the community that just you have by happenstance, and I don't mean that flippantly, you're born into a family, but your friends and the people you surround yourself with is based on the environment you create, right? That's what I've always talked about. Your emotions impact your thoughts impact your behavior, and your behavior helps to create the environment that you want. So if you don't have support right now, that's because you haven't created an environment of support. But now we can work on this behavior, because we're already working on your thinking, getting you to the point where those self-care steps are going to help you with your emotions, because you're making these small little changes right now that's going to help you do that. So lack of meaningful and supportive personal connections can have a detrimental effect on your emotional health. If you need somebody and then you think they're going to be there for you, and they're not there at the time where you need them most, but they're always there for some old frivolous gossip or a party or something, that really damages your emotions. And people go one or two ways. You either Send people away because you don't have the help that you need, and now you have a bad attitude. However you view this attitude or term this attitude, I'm not one for all of these terms about energies and such. I say if you have a bad attitude, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you're exhibiting a bad attitude. So it doesn't have to be masculine or feminine, but bad. Okay. And you have a sharp mouth, that's keeping people away. So you're not going to get the support you want. The other side is if you isolate yourself. A lot of people say they have to deal with things on their own. They don't want to share with everyone else. Well, that's not good too. So creating a supportive environment in advance is what you need to do. And that's the fifth thing, is to create a supportive environment. Social support, strong social connections contribute to better emotional well-being and resilience. If you have somebody there that's going to be an emotional support for you, then you can get through some things that might have made you lay down before. Because we could get stuck, we could get lost, and we need someone that we trust to really support us and push us forward. And we have to know who that person is, which means that we can't just again let our surroundings dictate unless we're taking intentional action to bring those people into our lives. All right. So I have just shared with you the 5 things that you're doing that's preventing all of that work you're doing for self-care to really manifest itself in benefits, in more time for yourself, in more relaxed, less anxiety and less stress, with the ability to plan and execute and curate the life that you desire. All right. I'm glad that you got something from that. Take time to do those steps today. Do it in micro doses, okay? Like, work on your routine, work on your daily routine, work on handling your mouth and looking for somebody to support you. If you need support, hey, I'm support for you, and I have more ways that I can be a resource as well. You can buy my book, Brains and Baubles, Do What Works for You, at any bookseller, and also on my website, www.davinadandridge.com. And that's where you can go as well and get that gratitude sheet. It's a downloadable sheet. You can just go there, download it, and start today with being thankful for where you are, who you are, and where you're going. All right. I am Davina Dandridge. I'm going to see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Thanks again for tuning in to Brains and Baubles Live. Bye.